As long as I can remember, I've never wanted kids. Ever since I was a little girl, people have always been telling me, you're going to change your mind. The first time this happened to me is when I was maybe 15 or 16 and my family was living in this rental property out in the country. It was near Christmas time, and I remember that the landlady came over to give us some treats for Christmas, which we obviously loved. She was having a conversation with mostly my mom, but I remember standing close to my mom, and as she was about to leave, I remember this very clearly, we were standing right by the front door, and the conversation turned to kids or being a parent or something of that nature. I don't remember the exact context, but I do remember her looking at me and saying to me, "Hannah, how many kids do you want when you grow up?" To which I responded, "I don't want any kids. I don't want to be a mom." And I remember she looked at me and she laughed and she said, "Oh, when you get older, you're definitely going to have kids." And since that day, people have been saying basically the exact same thing to me, except now it sounds more like this. Once you finish your undergraduate degree and graduate school, you are definitely going to change your mind about being a mom. You're just way too stressed right now to focus on something like that. You just haven't found the right person yet. Once you find the right person and you get married, then you're definitely going to want to be a mom. I know, student loans are the absolute worst, but once you finish paying off your student loans, you're going to financially be ready to have kids. Once you buy a home with enough space, you are definitely going to want to fill your home with a bunch of children. And so here I sit a few years later. I'm finished school, I've paid off my debt, I'm married, we bought a house, and I still don't want kids. Or do I? Maybe I've just been saying for such a long time that I don't want kids that I've actually tricked myself and I actually do want kids. But because I've been saying I don't want kids for so long, I can't go back on my word. So naturally, this leaves me rather confused with a couple of questions of my own. So I decided to go to the place that everyone goes when you're trying to figure out life's questions: Google. Within a couple of minutes, I found some quizzes that I can take, and they will tell me whether or not I'm actually ready for children. Now, I decided one quiz wouldn't be enough because, that wouldn't be very scientific, so I decided I'm going to take 3, and that way I can get data from multiple sources. I also wanted to make sure that I got a variety of quizzes so that not each quiz is asking me the exact same questions, because that wouldn't make any sense and would lend for a pretty skewed outcome. So I've linked the quizzes down below in case you're interested in taking them with me. Okay, so here is our first quiz. Are you ready to have kids? These 13 questions will reveal whether or not you're ready for kids or not. Pretty sure, well, it's not that I'm not ready, I really don't want them, but let's see what the quiz says. Question number 1, what is your relationship status? That's pretty easy. I am married. Question number 2, oh, you did not get enough sleep last night. How do you handle it? Suck it up, road rage, do my job with a scowl, be late to work, calling sick, drink lots of coffee, and go. Obviously, suck it up. Okay, number 3. Your friends ask if they can bring their kids to a barbecue at your house. What do you say? Sure, but they'll probably be bored as long as their housebroken. Sorry, but no. Kids are such a buzzkill. Yes, I'll bring out the hula hoops. Hula hoops? Can't speak. And make tiny burgers. Yeah, I'm gonna say sure, but they'll probably be bored. Which is actually exactly what I tell people when they bring their kids to our house, because we basically have no toys. We have a pool table. And some kids like that, but when you're really little, you don't want to play on a pool table, or with a pool table, or play pool. So I always tell the parents they might want to bring some toys for their kids because they'll probably be bored. Number 4, your friend spills their coffee on the seat of your brand new car. How do you react? I passively aggressively remind them how much this car cost. I tell them it's okay. I feel betrayed. Without even thinking, I hand them a towel, tell them to clean it up. That's a moot point. I don't allow food and drinks in my car. Yeah, that's totally me. I actually remember when I got my very first car. It was only 2 years old. It wasn't a brand new car, but it was brand new to me. And it was my very first car. And my sister and I were going on a road trip with her 3 small children that were still in car seats, which we did manage to squeeze all 3 of those car seats into the back of my car. I had a rule, and it said no food and no drinks. Water was okay, but nothing else. Now, I remember our road trip was actually pretty short because we did the first stop within like an hour and got out, had some snacks, had some drinks, piled back in the car, drove the rest of the way. Now that's obviously changed because my car is old and I don't care anymore. Who would you like to cuddle more, a puppy or a baby? Oh, I'm going with the puppy. It's actually really cute, even though I'm a cat person. How close are you to landing your dream job? I don't even know what my dream job is. So close, 1 promotion away. I'm halfway there. I'm already living the dream. Yeah, I don't even know what my dream job is. So I'm not there yet. Continue the quiz. Where do you get your news? News outlets, where else? My Facebook feed, BuzzFeed, People Magazine. Oh, I just tune all that stuff out. Yeah, kind of this. I mean, sometimes I get some stuff from Facebook, but to be honest, I don't know everything that's going on in the world and I'm okay with it. What do you look forward to the most when you think of being a parent? Giving my kids mohawks, never being alone, sending them off to summer camp, teaching them all kinds of cool life hacks, finally having a legitimate reason to go to Disneyland every year. Oh, totally giving my kids mohawks. I actually wanted to give my cat Caesar a lion cut, but my husband wouldn't let me. You and your bestie are supposed to be leaving for a dinner reservation, but they're taking forever to get ready. What do you do? Deal with it, leave without them, grumble but keep waiting, read their email while waiting, say they look fine even if they don't. Deal with it. What do people always ask you to watch? Their house, their money, their pet, their kids, my mouth, videos of their baby. Oh, videos of their baby, definitely, or pictures. What's on your coffee table right now? Shot glasses and cheese puffs. If I had a coffee table, I'd put a bird on it. Magazines and coasters. Keys, my wallet, tools, an iPad. The list goes on. I don't really have a coffee table, but I guess I have an end table and it does have magazines and coasters, so we'll go with that one. You're going for a walk in the park when you see a lost-looking kid by themselves and no parents in sight. What do you do? I ask them a lot of questions. Maybe they can tell me where they belong. Keep walking. I'm sure someone else will help them. Take them to the nearest police station. Play with them for a while, but leave them where I found them. What if their folks come back? Oh, this is embarrassing because I feel like I'm kind of one of those adults. I'm just like, oh, I'm sure they'll probably be fine. I know that's really bad. Now, if the kid's crying, I would definitely approach them if they were crying. But I've seen kids in our neighborhood that look way too young to be, walking along on their own, and then they seem just fine. So I feel like I don't want to be weird and freaky and be like, where are your parents? Because maybe their parents have given them permission to be alone. If they were crying, I would stop and help them. Or if they came up to me and they were like, I'm lost, can you help me? I would probably keep walking. Oh, this makes me sound like a horrible person. Last question, how would you rate this quiz? Loved it. It was pretty okay. Not great. I would say it was pretty okay. All right. Let's see if I'm ready to be a mom. Number 1, hold tight. Quiz number 1, you need to keep it wrapped up. Please don't go near children, and definitely don't have any of your own. There are things you will be ready for in life, like lunch, but parenting isn't one of them. You might make a decent aunt or uncle, though, which I think I'm a decent aunt. I like that. Especially if you've never had to spend more than an hour at a time with a little rugrats. You are no doubt a great person with hopes and dreams, but you are not parent material. If you want something to love, get a cat or a plant. And I have a cat and I kill plants, so we're good there. So pretty sure I failed that parenting quiz. Let's go on to the second one. So I think this next quiz is actually going to step it up a notch because it looks like the questions are more scientific, not just like, what would you do if this happened, or what would you do if that happened? How long does it take a baby to recognize their mother's voice? From birth, within a week, 30 minutes, within a month. I'm going to say from birth because I just feel like that would be the right answer. How long does it take a baby to recognize their father's voice? Birth, 14 days, 7, 12. I'm going to go with birth as well. Oh, 14 days. I did not know that. Pause this video and download the quiz really quick and try to do it with me. What are the most children to survive a single birth? How many babies are in that picture? Is that a hint? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is it 7? There's no 7 option. I'm just going to say 8. Octomom, that's 8, right? When does a baby develop fingerprints? 6 months? I feel it's like 6 months or 3 months. Let's say 6. Ooh, right. Okay, how many diapers does a child go through before being potty trained on average? Okay, I don't even know at what age a kid is supposed to be potty trained. Is it like 3? If you know what age children are supposed to be potty trained, let me know down below because I obviously don't know. I think like 3. I don't know, 3 just seems right. And I have no idea because I don't even know how many diapers a kid needs in a day. I would have no clue. I'm just going to guess it's a lot, so I'm going to guess this one. Oh, okay, I overestimated. I guess my kid was extra poopy. How many years does it take a diaper to decompose? 400 years. Oh, 500 years for a diaper. I guess that's why some people use cloth diapers. How many diapers does a newborn go through per day? Oh, I was hoping this question wouldn't show up because I don't know. Okay, do you change your baby like every hour when they're born? Every 2 hours. Let's say you change your baby every 2 hours. Oh, I was wrong, 8 to 12, but I was kind of right on the 12, but I mean, I got the question wrong. What can a baby do for 7 months that an adult can't? Their legs behind their head, breathe and swallow at the same time, survive a week without water, survive an hour without breathing. I guess breathe and swallow at the same time. Oh, I was right. Sweet. How much does a woman's uterus stretch during pregnancy? I do not even know the size of a woman's uterus. I mean, it's tiny, right? Like it's just a little gaffer, so it's not big. So let's say if it's like this big, I have no idea. I don't know. I guess I'll just say 300. Oh, 500 times its normal size. There you go. A newborn should be given a sponge bath until... Oh, sweet. Got it. A baby is born every 3 seconds, minute, 20 seconds, every half hour. In the entire world? Probably like every 20 seconds. Oh, every 3 seconds. The average toddler takes how many steps a minute? I don't know. I guess we'll just go for C, 176. Oh, what is a lotus birth? Giving birth while doing yoga, giving birth while falling asleep, not cutting the umbilical cord, a water birth. A lotus birth? Well, there's a flower in water, so I'm gonna go with a water birth. Maybe they're tricking me, maybe they're not. Oh, yes, they're tricking me. Not cutting the cord. Okay, well, what would I know? What do babies develop at 6 months old? Lungs, fingers, kneecaps, liver. Let's say kneecaps. Oh, I was right. I totally didn't know that. True or false? Yoga can cause the umbilical cord, I'm saying that right, correct? To wrap around your baby's neck. I'm going to say it's false. It sounds like it's something that would be false. True or false? Crying helps your baby's lungs develop. Oh, let's say true. Oh, nope. That is not true. That is false. True or false? Bathing your child every day gets rid of dry and flaky skin. I'm just going to say false. Oh, okay. I did that correctly. 80% of babies are born with a birthmark. I'm going to say true. True or false? Cats can steal a baby's breath. What does that mean? Cats can steal a baby's breath? I'm going to say false. I have a cat. It's never stolen a human's breath. It's never stolen my breath. Babies can hear in the womb. I'm going to say yes. True or false? A baby's stomach is as large as a watermelon. I'm going to say false. Got that one right. That seems like a weird question. A baby is born with a full-sized brain. I've heard that your brain is the size of 2 fists put together, so that wouldn't make sense because a baby's fists grow. Got it right. The average weight of a newborn is 7 to 8 pounds. Sounds right. Let's say true. Man, I'm on a roll. I'm killing it. A baby is born with 20/20 vision. Oh, this is a good one. I'm going to say yes. So I'm going to go with that one. Oh, no, it is false. Yeah, because I guess you're not born perfect. A baby's head is equal to approximately 10% of their body weight. I don't know, some babies have really big heads. All right, newborns can see up to 3 feet away. I have no idea. True? Nope, that's false. Red is the first color babies are able to recognize. True? Got that one right. Man, this is a really long quiz. Baby boys tend to weigh more than baby girls. False. Because I actually think that most baby boys and girls look kind of the same size. Babies are born with more bones than adults. Oh man, way back in my embryology class, I know I studied something about this. I'm going to say true. Yeah, it is true. I don't remember exactly why. Babies are born with the same amount of taste buds as an adult. I'm going to say false. I think they develop as time progresses. A newborn sleeps 16, 17 hours a day. Don't they sleep like 20? I'm going to say false. I think they sleep more than that. Oh, okay, I guess that's true. They seem like they sleep more than that, but whatever. Okay, question 32. My goodness. More babies are born on a Tuesday than any other day. Sure. Winter is the most popular season for birth. Isn't it the opposite? I'm going to say false. A baby's heartbeat is slower than an adult's. I'm going to say false. I think it's actually higher. Yes. Babies remain at their birth weight for 5 weeks. I think they lose a little bit of weight first, don't they? And then they gain. I'm going to say that's false. Okay, so, see my results. Thank goodness, finally. Okay, that was a lot of questions. Okay, my score was 69%, so not great. You're definitely glowing. Must be that mommy brain. I don't think so.
Here we go. When you think about starting a family, how does that make you feel? It's a long way off. Just the thought of it makes me feel anxious. I have mixed feelings. Scared, excited. I've thought about it and feel emotionally prepared. I know, just the thought about it makes me feel anxious. How do you think your life might change once you have a baby? I'm hoping life will pretty much be the same. I worry that everything will be different, lose my independence. I am hopeful that life will be better. As a couple, I reckon it will be joyful, but also scary at times. Yeah, it literally would be completely different. How do you think your partner might change once you have a baby? I don't expect my partner to be that different, really. Probably quite stressful as my partner is already showing signs of tension at the thought of adjusting to starting a family. I think that my partner will step up and be supportive. My partner has already said they really want to be hands-on and share the responsibility. Okay, I think, honestly, Michael would step up and be supportive. If you found out that you and your partner were pregnant today, how do you imagine you would feel? I really wouldn't want that right now. Scared and unprepared, apprehensive but happy. It would be welcome news. I feel positive. Yeah, I wouldn't want that right now. What is your main reason for thinking about starting a family? My family friends expect me to, so I feel pressure. Having a baby will give me a new lease on life and make my relationship with my spouse better. Yeah, that's a lie. I just mean in general, if you have a bad relationship, having a baby, I don't think that would make anything better. It is the next logical step. My partner and I have always wanted to have a family together. Okay, well, this one I don't really think anything. Like, it would only be because I felt pressure. No, but I wouldn't even have a baby because I felt pressure. But because I have to answer one of the questions, I'll pick that one. If you had any doubts about starting a family, would you be able to share those doubts with your partner? Well, I would hope so. Sometimes people think that I force my husband into not having children, and like it's my choice only and he doesn't get a say. Or vice versa. They think it's like he's made the choice and I just don't do anything. I don't have I don't have anything to say about it, and it's just he's made the choice for me, which is so strange. That is not how our relationship is at all. Alright, I don't tend to open up about things. That's not true. Whenever I express doubts, we end up rowing a lot. No. We both sometimes express doubts about it. As it does feel like it would be a monumental change in both our lives, we've been open and honest about the doubts, which has helped us work through. Yes, that would be it right there. As a couple, have you discussed what roles you both wish to play in your child's life? Not really. It's too soon to think about. We have differing views and can't seem to agree. I hope we will share the job of raising a kid. We are clear about who will do what. No, I think if we did it, we would just sort of share. People say it takes a village to raise a child. Have you thought about who else could support you and your partner when you raise a family? We'll be able to manage on our own. We don't really get on with family. Our families have agreed to help us out. We have thought through a number of resources, from family to joining support groups to certain friends. It is a network. Yeah, I think this would be it. We have a pretty supportive family and we have good friends, so I think they'd help out. Having a kid can heavily impact on family finances. Have you as a couple discussed this? One would hope. We'll both carry on working. There's no way around that. Money's a source of tension in our relationship. No, we have some savings which will help us. We have budgeted for this and have a financial plan in place. Okay, if we honestly did decide, that's what we would do. We wouldn't just be like, oh, well, we don't fight about money, and I would stay home with the child if we had one, so that's kind of the only one. All right, here we go. Get our results.
You and your partner have clearly thought through what starting a family means to both of you. So there we go. Quizzes are done, and here's the summary. Quiz 1 said I definitely should not have kids. Quiz 2 gave me a 69% based on the way I answered the questions, which, doesn't make me mom of the year, but I think I'd probably figure out how to change a diaper at least. And quiz 3 stated that I've given a lot of thought to the process of having a child, but I didn't really recommend whether or not I should have a child. This is obviously something my husband and I have talked about many, many times. We've decided to stick with the fur babies for now, and that makes us perfectly happy. I recently made a video about why I don't think a woman's value changes if she makes the choice not to have kids. You can go ahead and click on that video. It'll appear on the screen. And he is very interested in the birds out there, aren't you? Oh, if you were only an outdoor kitty. But he's not. He's sticking inside for the long haul.